Ipswich Town have returned to the Premier League.
It's about damn time.
After 22 years of no Premier League football, manager Kieran McKenna led this team to a back-to-back promotion, which I must say is very impressive. However, after 22 years of no Premier League football, I'm going to come in as assistant manager to Kieran McKenna and help him conquer the Premier League. Let's go meet the team. Now, looking at Ipswich team here, they've had a lot of individuals who have stayed with them in League One, have gone all the way to the Premier League, so fair play to them right there. We've also got new signings as well in Greaves coming into the team now. He would definitely start with probably Burgess right there. These two individuals right here made it into the team season, into the championship. They made Hutchison a permanent signing from Chelsea, which to be fair is a massive signing. This kid has got a lot of potential and he's definitely going to stay here to the end until we actually complete this challenge. The team's actually looking quite good, to be honest. I mean, there's a lot of variety, a lot of space covered in terms of positions that we maybe need to adjust. That, you know, I mean, so there's going to be some players that are going to be leaving the club and some people might not like who's going to be sold, but this is the Premier League. We need to make drastic changes. But what I was on about with just the actual squad itself, I mean, if you can look here, we've got left backs, we've got centre backs, we've got right backs, you name it, there is literally cover on every position in the team, which is very nice to see, especially with the budget going to the Premier League of 15 million. That is very nice to play with as the assistant manager to Kieran McKenna. The question is, though, who do we get rid of in this team? I mean, Chaplin was fantastic last season. Davis with the team of the season. Broadhead, Hutchison. There's going to be some dramatic changes within the team. So here we have it then. A couple of days have been simulated to the first game of the Premier League season. Back in the Premier after 22 years against Crystal Palace. And this is the team we're going to go for with a 4-4-2 flat. You're probably thinking, where's all the players gone? Literally, the whole team has been wide, especially one individual, which could flare up a couple of people being very angry, but I'll get to that in a minute. But this is the formation we're going to go for, the 4-4-2 this season with Kieran McKenna. Very basic, and I feel like that'll be very good indeed. We converted Taylor into a DM into a centre mid. As you can see, we need a brand new centre mid, and when I reveal the budget, you will see we've got a lot of play in that position right there. We've got Hurst, we've got Burns. All these players are on the rotational with Broadhead, Hutchison, Dillap, and more up top. The defense is looking very good indeed. I'm actually going to change the role actually and give it to a player who was the team of the season. I'm going to give it to Davis. I'm going to put him as our captain for the season. And now it is time to reveal our budget, which is a whopping of 32 million. And because of that, here we have it. Here we go. Chaplin to Bournemouth. I know you're probably thinking, why have you got rid of this player?
You are made of stupid.
They came in with a bid. I didn't pin him up for the transfer list to potentially get sold to the club, and I couldn't reject 5.5 million. I was actually going to try and convert him into a striker and play him up top this season, but I just couldn't ignore the 5.5 million. And they did actually ask for 4.5, but I added another mil, so they just took it, and that's the days there. This guy gone to Copenhagen, not going to get any start. Humphreys here, got a bit of potential about him, to be fair. I can see him getting converted into a centre mid in the near future and being a rotational row. Hence why I loaned out to Coleman, not going to make it into the first team. Edmondson gone to Norwich. Morsey, cannot pronounce his name, I'm not going to deny, but the Australian has gone to Leeds right there. As obviously, of course, we've gone for the 4-4-2, and at the age of 30 odd, both these players, they're not going to make the cut, even though they was fantastic from League One all the way to the Championship and Championship Premiership, and progressed to Southampton 1.3 mil, a newly promoted Premier League side as well. But with this budget of a massive 32 million, we was able to find one youth academy player in this Williams Werner as well. Will be converted into a wing in the left mid row. Looks like a bit of potential about me. Was at the average of 1.3 million on the market value. So I'm thinking a bit of rotation there of Broadhead in the future, which will be very nice indeed. However, before we make some signs for Ipswich, so we're going to have a look at our objectives for the season. Youth development is a high priority. This is why we've got that Williams here coming into the team. I feel like within his first 2 seasons, within 2 seasons, sorry, he will definitely be a potential starter with 50% games in the next season, which we have to find. Branch Project gets a streak of 5 wins at home matches this season. That is very hard for a low priority. I think, to be fair, that is hard. I mean, a newly promoted team, I mean, what are they expecting from me and McKenna here? Very strange indeed. So on 2 crucial players, that's absolutely fine. Domestic, avoid relegation, of course, that is the main objective. Round of 16, which is FA Cup, which is a big stretch, I feel like, to be fair. And within the 2 seasons, long-term, finish mid-table and continental, of course. We have not got anyone right there. Going to the team strategy now, though, we have got the standard, but for now, I feel like I'm going to go tiki-taka for the 4-4-2. Very basic indeed, very possession-based, and I feel like that team will suit that very nice indeed. In terms of the coaches, I would definitely get some of these before the simulation as well. That helps out massively right there. The other things left to do now, gentlemen, is to make some signings, and let's see if we can make this Ipswich team with Kieran McKenna absolutely devastating to the Premier League. So the first signing under McKenna and myself is going to be a centre mid from Newcastle in Lewis Miley. What a player this guy is, and I feel like at Ipswich he's going to be a main star in that centre mid role. He could be something in the near future. I've used him before and he is absolutely devastating when he gets up and overall. Good bit of potential about him. Only paid 2.5 million for him as well, which I think as our new number 8 is a massive bargain indeed. And what a first signing for Ipswich in season 1. Now the next player comes in the striker role, and I've been waiting to get this guy in for a very long time in a rebuild. 16 years old, the over 70 in George Elakana here from Artlist. What an individual this guy is in real life. Scoring 8 goals already, I believe, this season. I mean, what a player. What a player from the Belgium League. And I had to get someone like this in. We got to look at the future. So this is why the Frenchman in George, because his name's hard to pronounce on the last name, so I'm just going to call him George, the Frenchman. And now our last signing goes into the centre mid row, and it's Jordan Henderson. You're probably thinking, look, you've just sold 2 DM / centre mids because of their age. Yeah, you're signing someone who is 33. However, this man has done it in the Premier League. He's helped Liverpool win the Premier League, the Champions League. He knows how to get it done on the bigger stages. He's played top flight football, and being at Ajax, I don't think it really suits him. So why not come back to England, where Ipswich, a newly promoted team, and come in for Ipswich in the centre mid row. I don't understand why he's got the number 8 shirt. That's a bit strange right there, but it is what it is. But Jordan Henderson, welcome back to the Prem and at Ipswich. So here we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Here is the team with Elakuna up top with Delapia. I'm going to absolutely butcher this name, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm just going to call him from his first name, and that is George. So we're George up top with Delap. Henderson with the experience in that midfield with new signing Marley, and pretty much the team staying the same with Davis being the captain now in the left back row. As I did mention before, I did actually hire out some actual coach management, which I will show you now. I haven't gone a bit over the top because I think more seasons go, you can get 5-star. So we've just gone quite basic right here and got just 1-1 in defence just to help out a little bit, because it is going to be very hard to defend against the likes of Man City, Man United, Arsenal, Spurs, Liverpool, Chelsea, you name it. It's going to be very tough indeed. Got a nice tidy budget of 8 million, so that should help out with contracts this season. Should be absolutely fine. And then also, of course, we have got this individual in William Werner coming in 1 week to be the backup in the left back row right there. But the team is looking very good indeed. More with the backup now of these two. Salamento, Taylor Burns, Wolfenden, and Williams on loan as well from Man United. Could be a new permanent signing the next season. You never know. We'll have to wait and see who does well in the season of season 1. Everything to do now, ladies and gentlemen, is simulate to the end of the season, and let's see how myself and Kieran McKenna get on in the Premier League after 22 years in season 1. So here we have the end of the season. A draw against Everton. Southampton, a draw as well. This is not looking convincing at all, but saying that, a bit optimistic, because in the top fan corner we have got in the green minority right there, and the inboxes normally is a +9, but it's only 2, which is a bit strange, but we've had that before. But how we got in the league, and we are 17th.
Don't get nervous. Starting to get a bit shaky, you know? I mean, I'm a little bit weak.
I mean, if Brentford do a madness, especially with the goal difference, they could stay up. Can we beat Spurs? That's the question. We don't, but how did Brentford get on? That's the question. And it's not showing. It's a bit scary, this one, ladies and gents. And we're going down.
He has to go, blood. He has to go, blood.
I can't believe it. It has to be like that, didn't it? My first season in charge with Kieran McKenna's assistant manager. I've obviously had a shocker after 22 years. We're going back. Oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe we're going straight back down. I can't even speak, ladies and gentlemen. We've had an absolute shocker right there. However,
Hold up. Wait a minute.
I'm not too worried, to be honest, because looking at our team with new signings like George up top, he's gone up by loads. Hutchinson, Miley, Henderson now in the championship should kind of tear it up a little bit. I think we'll definitely bounce back indeed. We'll definitely be afraid to bounce back up over here. But let's have a look at the squad. Very annoying indeed, and then we'll get through as well the other competitions instead of gone with that one there. Star performer this season goes to Liam Delap. It looks like George. These two be linking up well. Jordan Henderson with 14 and 14 in the Premier League. I mean, what's going on there? That's fair play to him. very pleased with what a signing that was from Kieran McKenna and myself there, because that's worked out brilliantly. Hutchison and Broadhead is looking quite good as well. Habadi there as the backup striker. Lewis Miley. Looks like Hurst is gone as well. Is there any individuals who have left the team here? Let's have a look. So Varner has been on loan to Hereford. So like I said, he's got to come back, and he's the over 68 at the age of 18. So I mean, it's looking quite good. No, I haven't got a clue where Hurst is gone, to be fair. I haven't got a clue. Hasn't even popped up there. But let's have a look at the standards. Of course, we're going back down, which is a bit annoying. It literally came down. Maybe that's why I might not get sacked. Kieran McKenna and myself right there, because that was really unfortunate. It came down to goal difference. Fair play to Brentford staying up with Nottingham Forest and Southampton going down as well. Southampton in the same boat as Circles Forest. Torture right then. FA Cup though. Let's have a look at this one. Liverpool and Newcastle. We got to the semi-final. I mean, what's going on here? What a weird season. We got to the semi-final in the FA Cup. 4-1 we lost there. We beat Spurs. Hull on penalties. Manfield, we got quite lucky on the penalty shootout. I mean, Spurs, we turned up there, but we couldn't do it at the end of the bloody season, could we? When it actually mattered. Carabao Cup here. How do we get on with this one? Bit of one that one there. Fair play. How do we get on? Where do we come? All right, Bristol knocked us out. All right, see how far we go. But we beat Arsenal. I mean, so that's what I'm saying, ladies and gents. There are some things to take from this team. That's some positives. Yes, we're going back down, but let's be honest too. Eventually some Ipswich fans right here. I mean, we are the favourites to go down in the Premier League in real life, from going up and going right back down. It's going to be a struggle for them. They definitely, well, I don't think they will. They won't go on to actually go on to win the Premier League. I think anyone's not going to say that. It could be like 1,001. But they are afraid to go back down. I mean, it's nothing too massively to worry about in this career mode. I feel like, to be fair, we will bounce back. Even maybe go for the championship, to be fair. I mean, all that's left to do now is getting to season 2. So here we have it then into season 2, and we have returned to the EFL Championship. I came in at season 1 with Kieran McKenna, and well, it didn't go well indeed. Got very unfortunate right there, just nearly tried to survive, but then Brentford just do the business at the end on the goal difference pretty much, which sends us back down to the EFL Championship. But like I said though, nothing to worry about. I feel like with this team right here, we could definitely bump right back up as well, especially with a whopping of 90 million budget to play with this season.
We've got to have money.
I mean, the board has been very generous with us right there. I mean, 90 million in the EFL Championship is going to be wonders for Ipswich this season. The only problem is trying to attract players to a bit of a lower division, especially not being in the Premier League right now. But I feel like with the project we've got with this team now to bump, well, go right back up to the Premier League, that's our objective anyway this season. I feel like we could do absolutely fine indeed. But actually looking at the objectives this season, youth development, also we have got that youth academy player coming through the ranks now, which we'll quickly have a look right now if I can just quickly find him. I think I'm going to make this guy a starter, William Varner right in here. I mean, excellent prospect. I think he can really develop in the championship, so I think I'm going to make him into an actual star, which makes it to believe what is going to happen with this individual right here in Broadhead. I think I am just going to try and loan him out, because I want to focus on this guy right here. He's going to be the main man this season, and I feel that this guy will eventually go into more of a rotation role for Ipswich, especially if we get back into the Premier League. Jordan Henderson is returning at the end of the season, but I'm going to keep hold of him for one more season as a starter, because I think at the overall 79 in the championship, he should do wonders at the age of 34 and especially lead this team right here. The rest of the team though, I think we can do with some improvements, maybe a new starting fresh brand new centre back as well, and then maybe drop Chuzembe there into the rotational role, because we haven't got one right there. Hutchison didn't have a bad season in the Premier League, probably will be very good this season, but at the overall 70 and only showed great potential. I feel that with the 19 million we could definitely evolve and get someone a little bit better there and really strike the EFL Championship with Storm. So what I'm going to do later on, I'm going to simulate a couple of days, see if any offers come through, and then we'll make some signings for season 2 with Ipswich. So the first sign, ladies and gentlemen, goes to a player that actually used to play for Ipswich, and that is Trevor Chalobah right here from Chelsea, the centre-back at the overall of 79 at the age of 25. He was actually on loan at Ipswich in the year of 2018 to 2019. Did okay there, had a couple of appearances right there until he got his big move to pretty much Chelsea, back to returning loan right there. But we're going to make it on a full signing now. Game face as well. He actually took a wage cut on this one, so he knows the potential with this team. He sees why Kieran McKenna and myself, they know what they want to do with this team, and that is why he's coming in for a whopping 20 million. Big signings for a championship side in Chalobah. So the next sign, ladies and gentlemen, goes to a centre mid. We're looking at the future again, a replacement of Jordan Henderson, and that is Charlie Patino here. Yes, what a player indeed. Arsenal always loaned this guy to Blackpool, to Swansea, but now he's got back to Arsenal, but we went, yo, We want to make this guy an FO signing. 3 million we paid for at the overall of 72 at the age of 20. This kid has got a bit of potential. He's going to be a bit of a rotation over Jordan Henderson this season, but in the future, this guy is going to be a star for Ipswich and Kieran McKenna. And our final signing has got to be a whopper, and that is Matthias Sule here from Juventus. The young Argentine at the age of 21 has got bags of potential at the overall 79. Yes, 79. 36 million we paid for this guy. We got to put a bit of a statement in the Championship and the future in the Premier League. Like, look, we are coming to fight back. And with the massive budget we have, we can make this possible with the wages we've given this guy as well. Is, well, quite a lot. Let's just say that. It is near 6 digits. But our new number 7, our new star with Hutchinson going in a rotation rule now. This kid surely lights it up for Ipswich this season in the Championship. He's a man to watch this season. So with the new signs coming into the team, we have left with a whopping 21 million budget to play with for some contracts and other stuff that might happen during the season. Obviously, like I said, we did simulate a couple of days to see if any players can go. And as you can see, there's incoming offers. Hence why we got Patino. We've accepted Jack Taylor here. He's not going to get any kind of, well, play time this season because obviously Patino has come in over Henderson. So it's time for this player to leave the club. The Irishman, I wish you all the best. Looks like potentially I reckon he's going to go to Luton because that was the first offer that came through. But we have also done as well hired a couple more coaches in the team strategy. As you can see, we have hired a couple more coaches in this department as well. So that's absolutely fine. And hopefully, I'm going to say it, we have to aim for the winning the title this season. Surely we do. Domestic success, they just want us to win. Well, we win really, but just get automatic promotion. Reach the FA Cup round 16 again. Continental, obviously number there. Youth development, that should be getting past this season because obviously the youth academy player we got in left mid now in Werner playing right there. Brand exposure, sign one crucial player and sign to the midfield position, which we have done with Platino. It's looking very good, this team. I think it's going to definitely dominate the EFL Championship. Obviously Hutchinson now will be dropped for Burns, and then Burns will go to the reserves as it makes way for this individual. And Sule Apatino will go in for Taylor when that offer goes through. So that is the team right here. It's looking very strong on the bench, and the starting 11 is looking very deadly. I mean, as you can see, Henderson is slowly deteriorating. Even with just a couple of sim days, he is going down. So eventually Patino will replace him with Marley. I mean, that midfield there will be deadly, very deadly. And it's, you could say, a future England kind of team kind of vibe there with Marley and Patino in the middle. You never know. We'll have to wait and see. Very young lads indeed that can carry Ipswich this season in season 2. But we'll have to wait and see. It's a big, big competition to get through. In my opinion, the EFL Championship is a very hard competition to get back out of into the Premier League. But we'll have to wait and see. Surely we got to be favourites here. Let's see if we can do it in season 2. So here we have the end of the season. It would just be Sheffield there. Can we beat Swansea? We're on a bit of a winning spree right here. The top left is looking convincing as well. A win against Hull, and now we've got Bristol City at the end. I mean, there's teams like Forest in this league, Southampton, Burnley, so you never know. There's me saying at the start of the season that it could be a walkover right for Ipswich, but have we done it though? And we have 107 points for Ipswich with only 4 losses. Is incredible. Can we make it even more points here against Bristol City? And my God, look at the team. Patino goes in over Miley, which is a bit strange. The growth is incredible. Look at Sule in the right mid. We signed him as pretty much a 79 overall, and he's an 84. George up top as well. Delap, Werner on the left is looking good here. Let's have a look on the quick sim. Let's get this done. Can we get another win? And we're alright. It's 2-2 there with Werner right there. Warner, wherever you want to pronounce his name right there. Warner. I think I say pronounce it. I haven't got a bloody clue, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going to put it out there right there. But there it is. We have won the league. We've beaten Nottingham Forest and Burnley. Nottingham Forest and Ipswich go automatic. If I had to say, Burnley are definitely going to probably go and win on the playoffs right there. Who's actually in the playoffs right here? So Southampton are okay. So as expected, Middlesbrough, Sheffield, Southampton, Burnley, Nottingham, and well, yeah, that's pretty much it. To be fair, who's going down? Unfortunately, it's going to be my beloved Plymouth Argyle. They're going back down from League One. Obviously, Wayne Rooney, Big Wazza couldn't do the job right there. Hopefully, that doesn't actually reflect in real life, as that is my team that I do support. Let's have a look at the outstanding players this season, though. That's the question. Surely, it's big stats here. And it is Big Georgia gone up by 5 here. It's 37. It's incredible. 36 in the Championship. Definitely getting the golden bit. I feel like the lap came close. Werner here had a good season. 10 and 15. Sule as well. 18 and 10. Got a +5, +6 here for William Warner right here. What a season. Marley as well has grown up quite a bit. Patino. And Henderson obviously being his last season, it looks like he didn't really... He played a lot of games, to be fair. did alright, but he's done the job for us. Shalaba's well gone by +3 going back to the Premier League. So the project has technically kind of worked here, I mean, in terms of bringing in Shalaba, but this is why I wasn't really worried going to the Championship, because now we've got, I would say, quite a mid-table-ish or lower tier Premier League side. I feel like we're going to get more money, we can make more signings, and I reckon we'll definitely survive in season 3 right there. Let's see if anyone left the club as well. Transfer history, so Taylor went for Luton, we saw that indeed. And to be fair, it looks like that's pretty much it. I don't think anyone else went, to be fair, so everyone is very satisfied indeed. We've hit our objectives as well. I do believe the youth development, as you can see right here, with Varner as well in the left mid, he did bits. We've done okay. We've done okay. We're returning to the Premier League with Kieran McKenna. Can't even speak. I've had a shocker. Kieran McKenna, sorry. We'll be returning to the Premier League with myself as assistant manager with Ipswich. Let's get into season 3. So here we have it then, ladies and gentlemen, into season 3, back in the Premier League. It didn't take us 22 years to bounce back up to this one. It took us 1 season. Had a bit of a blip there going back into the Championship, but we won the league, and now we've simulated all the way to the first game against Leicester. However, by doing so, there's been some dramatic changes within the team, and we're going to have a look at it right now. Transfer history, and bam, yes, the lap has gone to Atletico Madrid. I've seen the offer of 60 million. That's the most we could have got out of him. I couldn't turn that down for a guy who is only at the overall of 80. Yes, he's probably got a bit of potential about him, but 60 million is a lot of money, and that can help us out massively. Also as well, Trizembele has gone to Crystal Palace, wanted to leave the club, which is very surprising. Obviously, with the likes of the brand 2 new centre-backs we got on the team, he feels like he cannot get any placement in there. And miserably right there, into Hellas Verona. Again, handed in a request. Didn't want to be at the club anymore. Which leaves our budget on a whopping 136 million. However, we definitely need a couple more changes within the team. Probably a brand new striker. And I'm going to get into it right now. Probably some substitutions, I would say. The main team's not too bad. But this is where, again, to my next point, ladies and gentlemen. If we look at all the objectives this season, the board have asked for a high priority in the youth development again. So, just like we did with our winger, we need to get some players for the long term. Within 2 seasons, sign 4 youth coming players, senior players, and play them at least 20 matches either as part of the starting 11 or come on as a sub. So what I'm going to do this season, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to simulate 3 months into the Premier League season of season 3. And we're going to see how this staff come back. And let's see who they get potentially for season 3. However, we are going to make probably 1 sign-in right now. And I got a funny feeling I know who it's going to be. And it's going to be in the ST row. And the striker, before we simulate 3 months, is going to be a former Arsenal man who's actually at Valencia in this career. We're going to bring him back to the Premier League. And that is Eddie Nketiah right here. He is going to come into the team as our new striker with George up top. 79 overall at the age of 26. We paid a whopping 20 million for him. I feel like this is going to be a new sign. You're probably saying you could sign more. But we need to see where these youth academy players are coming into play. We need to see where we're working in. So perhaps season 4 will get more. But let's simulate 3 months. Welcome, Nketiah. And so here we are then, on to our last kind of scout here on the last month that they're going to come back here. And then that will be it for this season. As you can see, Vinicius Jr. has won the Ballon d'Or right there, which is very good indeed. What we'll do before we reveal the Youth Academy players, let's have a look at the league standings. And it's going to shock a lot of people. We are actually 4th in the league. Yes, somehow we are 4th in the league. I mean, that could change now, but as you can see, here is the last ones coming through the ranks, and they'll quickly simulate against Aston Villa. But let's see if we can find any more before I reveal. We've got Salvatore Rossi here, which, okay, his value is not the best. All right, we'll get off that one right there. This one here, okay, I missed that accidentally there. Lewis Webster, not too bad, but doesn't really show anything promising. Oh, here we go, though. James Gardner here looks incredible at a value of 1.3 million. Get to bring him into the team. Anyone else in this department? No, it does not look it right there. And also this last guy here, we've quickly missed, goes to a goalkeeper department. Lewis Meisler here doesn't look too bad. However, we have got another one. It's over 2.2 million. All right, okay. But however, there is a goalkeeper we did find. And oh boy, he is ridiculous. And a defender. But here we have it. We have got a ton of players right here. Dominic Meyer here. This is the guy I'm on about. 15 years old at the overall of 65. What a keeper he will be in the near future. Literally got the same last name, these guys here. Just an E and an A difference right there. We've also got him. We just brought him in at the age of 15 as well. I mean, we've got some good talent here. But this is good for the future of Ipswich. We've got this centre back here, which is looking incredible. This guy, though, unbelievable. Parsons. Bruno, though, the one that'll definitely be getting to the team very soon, had probably the highest market value pretty much any see, had 3.5 million market value at the age of 17, but also with the day simulated, he's now gone to 18. And then we've got some couple other players as well who will deteriorate a little bit, like this Nelson here, so he unfortunately will be leaving the club. Same with Burgess. So we've got a lot of centre-backs, some different bit players, not really attackers, which is a bit strange. That would be nice to see. But for now, I think that is going to show for the team. We're also going to sort this out before I simulate to January. Yes, I'm going to simulate to January ladies and gentlemen, because hopefully when some of these guys get to the age that they do, I can bring them to the team, go them on a short-term loan, and then hopefully in season 4, some of them may sneak into the substitutional, or maybe, you never know, the starting team. However, let's see how the team gets on against Aston Villa before we simulate to January. Let's have a look at the growth. Nketiah stays the same. I mean, it's a bit of a growth in the team, which is nice to see. Davis is now at 80. But here we go. Can this kind of streak continue here? And no, we do lose, but they have got a good team, Aston Villa, Unai Emery's team. Always a bit of a boogeyman against myself, really. Aston Villa always beats me. But we're now 5th, but that's brilliant. I mean, the objective for this season is to actually survive, and as you can see, it is avoid relegation, reach round 16 in the FA Cup. We actually got the Brown Spurs done, also the sign one crucial first team player midfield or forward goes to Nketiah. But as you can see, we've been brilliant in the Premier League, get a streak of 5 clean sheets, and that in the Premier League is very hard indeed. But we'll have to wait and see what happens in January. Are we going to stay in this position, or are we going to maybe deteriorate? Probably deteriorate, I like to think, but look, they're proving me wrong at the moment. Let's see what we can do. So here we have it then. We have reached into January, and
are you stupid?
to be fair, the table was still up there, to be honest. I mean, Manchester City's not having a good season. We're in 7th. Pep could be on his way right there. Man United with 10 high. We've only one loss with Arsenal just in behind them. But very surprisingly, Manchester City is dropping. Spurs 14th is very poor from them. Yeah, the relegation battle right there. 9 inboxes though, but let's see if any of the team is still remaining, and then we'll get into our youth academy players to see if we can potentially loan them out and go from there. So let's have a look at the transfer history here. Anyone left the club? No, it doesn't look like it. Anyone wants to leave the club? Let's have a look at the inboxes here. Hutchison looks like he might want to leave. Alright, Burns obviously wants to go on loan as well. Let's block it. Does he want to go and leave? He does. He was requested to move the club, but it's only a loan, which is good. I want to keep Amari Hutchison. Still got a bit of offer for the team, so I'm going to do probably a short loan there for Hutchison. Johnson, I don't want to get rid of him. He's the main man in right back, so he is going to stay within the team. Let's have a look at the stats though before we get into the youth academy. Let's see who's the outstanding players so far this season. Nketiah needs to get a couple more goals, maybe while that's not growing. In the future, he might drop down to the substitutional bench. But Big George here is carrying the block at the moment with 11 goals. Very balanced actually, with 2 goals, 3 goals lost across the team. Marley also returned to the Premier League during a road. Shule going up massively a lot. That was pretty much our record-breaking signing right there. But let's get into the youth academy. This is where it's more important. Let's see the growth here. Oh god, Frankie Nichols here, 90 to 94, getting my team right now. Pretty much always because Bruno can come into the team. Parson, you're looking very good as a centre back. We've got this left back, Jamie Gardner here, that we just saw. 15 can't do yet, and this Mirza right here. We have to just keep an eye on these. Maybe we'll have to loan them out into season 4 when they turn 16. But now let's have a look at them in the squad hub. Any status here potentially special? Let's have a look. So Nichols definitely has, but like I said, we are going to try and load them out so they grow up a little bit higher. Excellent prospect here. The goalkeeper showed good potential. That's absolutely fine. Parsons is very good as well. Any more? I don't think. Oh, he got Bruno as well. Excellent prospect. So we're good. Even that's a bit strange, Owen, because his market value was 3.5. I thought he would have the same status as some of the others, which are a bit more lower value. But then I suppose stuff changes. Maybe didn't do well in the kind of the youth academy system. So we'll have to wait and see. Broadhead here, not too bad as well. We'll have to wait and see on that one. Submit the transfer for Hutchinson. Now I'm looking at the team. Is there any person I could potentially sign? Because we have got this whopper of a budget, and to be honest, I can't really see why we should change the team. I mean, we're doing all right in the Prem, so maybe this season we don't actually really make any more signings except from Nketiah that we did at the start of season 3. The team's looking very good. Hopefully we can loan some players out, and I will see you guys at the end of season 3. So here we have the end of the season. Just lost 4-1 to Brighton, Man United as well. We beat Bournemouth though. 2 against Newcastle is a decent result. And looks like our last game once again will be Aston Villa. Will they be sending us down like we was in season 1? Or are we gonna survive? Only 8 inbox messages as well, 9+, and we've come 14th, so it's absolutely fine. We have survived relegation. It doesn't matter the result, we have survived it right there. Finally, NK has gone to a bloody 80 overall. It's about time. But here we go. Can we win this game? And we don't. We get absolutely battered with Carvajal scoring the goal last for Aston Villa. So there it is. It is official. 14th. We have finished this league in season 3. I'm just happy that we have actually stayed in the Premier League with Brentford, Wolves, and Bournemouth going down. Okay, so fair play to Leeds and Burnley, and obviously Ipswich itself to survive that one there. But wow, Brentford, absolute shocker right there. With only 3 wins in the whole entirety of the season. That's very poor. FA Cup, Arsenal versus Spurs. What a rival final that will be there. Where did we come on this one though? I'm not too sure. Or we got knocked out. Oh no, we beat Aston Villa on that one. Okay, so where did we actually get knocked out to then? Ah, Spurs. So Spurs beat us 3-0 right there. Obviously the round of 16, so we missed out on that one really. Cabero Cup. Can't see it. Arsenal doing bits right there. Other than that, we know we did it right there. Oh wow, Doncaster, fair play to them. They're 4-3, and that is pretty much it. Who actually won the league though? Let's actually have a look in the Premier League. Who's actually done the bits? And it goes to Arsenal with Manchester City coming in 3rd, Man United 2nd. So okay, so the big massive fall right there. Chelsea as well coming in 5th. Liverpool just doing it on goal difference, but Arteta has finally done it. He has won the Premier League. I'm a bit worried in the top hand corner with the green bar. Hopefully that doesn't kind of ruin my chances into season 4. But let's have a look at the outstanding players of the season. So of course it goes to Big George here, 19 and the overall 86. He's going absolutely nowhere. Nkea, very poor season from him. Probably in the near future will definitely drop down to the substitution role, but only 7 goals at 37. It is very poor, and only 1 assist with an average rating of 6.4. Not the best start there for Eddie Nkea. Not the best indeed. Youth Academy know they have now finally all turned 16, so that's very good. 80, 90, 94. He's coming to the team. So is this guy, and also Bianco as well. So let's have a look at them as well. And they'll be definitely getting loaned out in season 4. So let's have a little gander right here at Bianco. Okay, excellent prospect. That's fine. Let's have a look at the keepers. Potentially special. And I believe we've got one more, of course, potentially special. This guy here. One of them, really, these two have got to fight out, to be honest. Same age, only one's a little bit higher than overall there. But, I mean, nearly 70 overall. I mean, give it a season on loan. He could potentially become our starting goalkeeper for Ipswich. We'll never know. But not a bad season. We have survived, hopefully, in the top 10 corner. It doesn't really butcher me. Look at the objectives right now. We've pretty much done that one. Done this one as well. We just missed out on the round of 16 in the FA Cup. So hopefully that, because of that, we won't get sacked for the big Kieran McKenna. But hopefully we'll be absolutely fine indeed. Question is now, let's see what happens. Let's get into season 4. So here we have it into season 4, and once again we have simulated up to the first game. Also, last season we finished mid-table, but now I feel like in the 4th season we want to actually put a statement to the Premier League that we're here to stay, and maybe go a little bit higher in the table. You never know, maybe some European competition for season 5 if we're still in charge with Kieran McKenna. Looking at the team though, as you can see, I think we definitely need to sign some players now. However, with some of the players coming back from loans, we have now got them in at the starting 11/substitution. One with Bruno. And you're probably thinking, where the hell is your original right back? Well, I can show you now. He is officially gone. He has joined Spurs. I did a bit of a sacrifice because I wanted Bruno, one of the starters of the youth academy players, in the actual starting team. So we got rid of the Johnson right there. And the reason why, as we can see here, it was a 2-year plan. He says sign 4 youth academy players in the senior team, play at least 20 matches, either in the starting 11 or coming on as a sub, which we have done there. We have got now the boys in Bruno, Nichols, Gardner, Parson, and even this goalkeeper right here. I feel like now though we definitely need maybe a left mid again. I feel like Warner will still be the starting left mid, but I think he needs some competition there. And I feel like Nichols will have the rotation of Patino and Miley, and I will be sending Kamara and also Clark as well as back out as well, because we don't want this to really be ruined really with some of their potential. So we want to sell some players to give this guy definitely game time throughout the season as substitutionals or even potential starters right there. So, and I feel like as well, to be fair, Nketiah will be getting dropped to the bench. Didn't prove himself, to be fair. And like I said, Varner, he needs some competition on that left mid side to actually prove to me that he is worthy of still being Ipswich's main starting 11 left mid. And we can definitely do that with the budget of 119 million before getting into the first game of Leicester and the simulation. In terms of the youth academy, obviously we definitely will not be doing this one right now. Brand exposure, it says sign 2 players outside of Europe would be quite interesting here. Domestic success, finished mid-table this time, not avoid relegation, and reached the round of 16 in the FA Cup. Last thing to do now, ladies and gentlemen, let's see if we can actually sign some new players for Ipswich for season 4. So we need to sign 2 players outside of Europe, and we've got ourselves a new left mid to compete with the original left mid we got already with the youth academy in Varner in the left mid role, and that is Kevin Paredes here from the United States. I don't really know much about him, but he looked like the decent player while I was doing my scouting. So I feel like, to be fair, he can offer something a bit different, a bit of competition for Varner on the left mid side. The overall was 78 at the age of 23. 20 million. It's a good signing for season 4. And now the last signing is going to be a bit unrealistic, but we need to look at the future. Like I said, we need to put a statement out to the Premier League. So we have got Vitor Roque here from Barcelona. Yes, what an upcoming talent this Brazilian striker is. Overall of 83 at the age of 21. He's definitely going to grow massive in this rebuild challenge with Ipswich here today. 65 million, massive pay for him. Was actually thinking about leaving Barca to go to the Saudi League, but he's going to the Prem with Ipswich and Kieran McKenna and myself. So with 2 new additions into the team here in Rogue and also Paredes. This is what I was saying, there's be a bit of competition on this left side now for Warner right here. So I keep butchering his name, I do apologise right there. I keep thinking it's called Werner, that's why, but I don't know. I've had an absolute shocker once again, HM. But Hudson also coming back from loan as well is a rotation of Sule on the right mid, who's, well, he's just been ridiculous. Him and George up top, brilliant. Shalaba's actually grew up quite well as well. We need these 2 to pep up as well, Patino and Miley, 2 young lads. Hopefully they can eventually step up. Because Nicole's, when he gets converted into a centre mid, which I think is only like, I don't know, about 18 to 20 weeks, I do say, he will potentially contest for them if he gets game time, because he has the potential to be special. We did offer Nketiah a new contract as well, so he's on the rotation, so he won't get too angry at the simulation, which I think, to be fair, as a rotation will probably suit him a bit more in this Ipswich one here today. Last thing to do now, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, I hired out a couple more coaches. I pretty much have maxed it out, so we should be absolutely fine, and just gives that bit of edge and a bit more help throughout the simulation. Hopefully we can do a little bit better this season and climb the table a little bit more. Last thing to do now, ladies and gentlemen, is actually simulate now to the end of the season, and let's see how Ipswich does in season 4. And here we have at the end of the season, we lost to Man City, beat Palace, but then we just drew to Newcastle. Burnley, a draw there as well. Okay, well, we're in the agreement, alright. I mean, we just don't want to get relegated, another draw. But I've just noticed we're in an FA Cup final, I believe, which is, well, I didn't expect that at all. But where have we come in the league? That surely is a good indication that we've done well this season. And it is 8th. I'm not sure if that's Europa Conference League. We can get it anyway regardless. Aston Villa actually finished below us. But still, a very impressive season indeed. A lot better. I mean, Brighton with Manuel Savage in the middle and Gary Vega there. I mean, that's not a bad team, actually. Frank Garcia as well from Real Madrid. Brighton's got a good squad right there, I must say. Bit of growth in the team. Look at George up top, though. 91. Unbelievable. Bruno as well in that right back row. I mean, it kind of paid off sacrificing Johnson there for Bruno. The last game, can we win it on a high here? And we do 2-0. I'm not sure, ladies and gentlemen, if we have got Europa Conference League next season. I believe it's 7th, top 7 maybe. It might be 8th, I'm not sure. But we are in an FA Cup final at Wembley Stadium against West Ham. Let's have a look at the run here. West Ham beat Manchester City. I mean, I'm more confident, a lot more confident going against West Ham. We beat Nottingham Forest on pens. Beat Reading, got to the quarters. Fair play, that's quite impressive from them. We have in the round, beat Chelsea, to be fair. Another big giant right there, round 4. Fulham. I mean, we've had quite an easy run in a way. The only big one that was Chelsea. But other than that, we've been brilliant. We've been absolutely brilliant there. This could be the chance to finally get a bit of silverware for Ipswich and Kieran McKenna. A big one as well in this rearward here today. Can we do it against the mighty West Ham? They've got a decent team. Kessie, Ward-Prowse, Kudos. But I'm confident. Can we do it? It's a big task, this. Chalobah is the captain over Davis, which It's a bit strange. I don't know how that's happened, but we're going to change it back to Davis. Can we do it? Can we do it? Come on, lads. Can we get the win here today? Oh, and we don't. Mavropanos with the goal in the 88th minute. We're still looking for that silverware in season 4 onwards, but it is what it is. But still, it's massively impressive to get to Wembley with Ipswich, considering the teams like Arsenal, City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Spurs, Man United, you name it. We got there, just couldn't get over the finishing line. That's why we haven't dropped down in the top left in the green bar. Very impressive season indeed. Squad hub though, let's have a look at this one. Look at the outstanding players of the seasons. And it goes, of course, to George, 20 years old at the over 91. I don't think we've had a player this decent in terms of the age as well. This dominant, unbelievable. Vitor Rogue as well, doing a lot better than EK, which is absolutely fine. Vaughan have actually proven me that he needs to stay in the team, and he has. Decent stats from him finally. Sule, a bit low for an 88 overall. Bettino, Nicosa with 8 assists, to be fair. Gone up by +5, which is very nice indeed. Just scrolling down a little as well. Valerio Bruno as well, 44. Parson with 36. So the actual rotation of the substitutions actually works. We ticked off that one. Paredes here, didn't get the stat, 26 games played. Alright, not too bad. Maya got up by +3. He could be a starting goalkeeper in the future. You never know. We might risk it. We might risk it for next season. We'll have to look at what the objectives are though. Claudio Bianco there, gone up by a couple of bits on the loan. Does anyone want to leave though? That's the question. Let's just quickly send through this and see if anyone wants to leave. Oh, okay. So Kevin Paredes, who's just joined the team, has handed a transfer request. Probably playing performance playtime is a thumbs down. I mean, let me have a look here. I mean, in terms of, let's have a look here. Let's have a look. I mean, they have pretty much played the same amount of games. I mean, I suppose also Ivana's had the better season, so he started, but they are the same overall. But it is what it is. I mean, it's come to a shame, but I mean, he's gone up by a little bit, so we'll definitely get a bit more market value because we only paid about 20 million for him. So it's gone up by 76%. So good business, I suppose, when we do sell him. But other than that, not too bad. Anyone else in terms of maybe who just left the club? Let's have a look at transfer history. And as you can see, Clark, Burns, and Kamara did leave the club, as we did mention. Hart has actually gone out on loan, and there you go, Vitor Rogue there going to Ipswich for 65 million. Just going to quickly skim through the rest of the team as well to see if anyone actually else wants to leave as well with Paredes. Anyone else? Okay, Paredes, no, absolutely fine. Oh, that's annoying. Amari Hutchinson has submitted a transfer request as well, which is a bit strange because he's definitely the rotation of Sule, but obviously he actually, it's because he's got an important squad role. I mean, I'll hold my hands up there. Maybe I should have offered him a contract on a rotation. Then he would have probably stayed. That's a big loss for us right there. Really good rotational player. Actually only just played 18 and only got the 1 assist, but if he had a rotation role, he would be still at the club, but it is what it is. Other than that though, a very good season. Indeed, we're in the 2 seasons. We did the youth development now, so I feel like now when we get into season 5, where any objective there is, I probably won't be doing it, as to be fair, we're in season 5. We've got a lot of youth academy players coming through the ranks, and we don't want to get too many and overload ourselves with that one. Brand exposure did that as well, continental, and we've double ticked on the domestic success. It's safe to say myself and Kieran McKenna is definitely going to keep our jobs for next season. The wage one now, we can't ignore that one. It's a bit glitchy on this game, it's a bit strange. But to an FA Cup final, very good indeed, in 8th in the Premier League. A little bit higher from last season, which is good to see. It means it's an improvement. Cabero Cup there, we didn't get at all there. I mean, we got to the quarters, conducted by, of course, Aston Villa. And I wonder who is in the Champions League. Is Milan versus Man United. How did Man United actually get on? Did they go on to win the league as well? I mean, let's have a look. Who actually won the league? It was Manchester City, of course. They've jumped back there with Man United in 3rd, who actually, as we've just seen, are in the Champions League final. So a bit weird with that one there, but fair play to them right there. But like I said, this is the Kieran McKenna and myself rebuild with Ipswich. We're doing well. The progression is there. Let's get into season 5. So here we have it then, into season 5 with Kieran McKenna and myself with Ipswich. In the top left-hand corner, we are near the bottom of the orange, to be fair. We're slowly getting back into the green, which is very nice indeed. Looking at the team now, though, we need to improve it again. We have simulated up to the first game, which was actually Manchester City at Ivy Lane, not Leicester, like it has been for the last 2 seasons, to be fair. But as you can see, we've got a new keeper in Schuster here in goal. You're probably thinking, where the hell is some of your youth academy players? Well, I decided to make an executive decision, and I will show you right now. We will go to the transfer history. I decided to loan them all back out, and you're probably thinking, who the hell is people like Barnes, Martinelli? I have also, before getting to the next season, sent out one more scout just to take off this one, because we did say we didn't want to kind of invest too much into it. But I have to get some individuals there that never got the best potential, but it gets the critical priority ticked off there. So it just gets to raise the risk of potentially getting sacked near the end of the season. It's just how the game plays out. It's very strange indeed. But going back onto this now that we have loaned them all out, yes, because now I want to kind of bring in players that have got a bit more experience now that we're going for stuff. And it gives these guys a bit more game time as well. Yes, they did play a lot of games last season, especially Nichols. He actually had a better season than Miley, and Miley actually played a bit more games than him. But I feel like going to different teams that will loan out, and we actually make the risk here of Muric getting sold to Brighton because I want to actually get the youth academy goalkeeper up a little bit and play him in the first team. Bit of a risk of playing a 71 goalkeeper for assimilation, but you never know, you might work out. Hudson also wanted to leave, and then Paredes, we pretty much doubled it. I mean, it's pretty much gone for 40 million. We paid him for about 20 million to Ipswich. Didn't last long, but we made a nice tidy bit of profit there, so I'm absolutely fine with that. Which leaves our budget, ladies and gentlemen, on a whopping 157 million to play with this season. And here's the objectives from the board in the brand exposure. Sign 2 players of different nationality from one of the club. So we're absolutely fine. Guess from that, we want some different type of players into the team, which is absolutely fine. Usually we've already saw this. Now where it gets interesting. They actually want us to finish in the Europa League spot. Reached the semi-final. Also, we just came short losing to the final to West Ham, which is a bit annoying. And no, we did not get the Europa Conference League. I was actually right. I was a bit unsure of that one, so no continental success potentially this season. No actual objective for that one right there. Financially, absolutely fine. We should be able to tick that off right there. But the team's looking okay. I think, obviously, now we're taking a massive risk here with our defence, with Bruno and Schuster in goal now. But I think it's okay. Miley, he's been okay, but he's on a bit of the watch list at the moment. Hasn't really performed, not been growing up. Patino has been growing up, which is very nice. And, well, I think the attack speaks for itself in a row. And Big George and Sule and Varna actually proved themselves last season, making him stay in this team at the age of 21. Hopefully, he can grow up a lot more higher throughout this season. But now it is time to sign some players for Ipswich. And we want people that had a bit more experience in the Premier League. So that's why I've got Ben Godfrey here from Everton. In this career mode, Everton did unfortunately get relegated back to the Championship. And this guy's a bit too good for the Championship. So we brought him into Ipswich at the age of 29 and the overall is 76. I only paid 6 million for him on a rotation with the centre-backs with Greaves and Chalobah at the moment. And some academy players that will be coming back. For our brand new number 2 for season 5, our first signing goes to Ben Godfrey. And now the next individual will be coming into the rotation role, but deserves more game time than the club he's already at, and that is Donny van der Beek. At the age of 30, the overall is 75. He's made the move away from Man United in this career mode, but we brought him in from Hoffenheim, which is a bit strange, but he's coming back into the Premier League. He's done it on the biggest stages for Ajax in the Champions League. He's not been too bad from Man United when he actually does sometimes play, but he will definitely have an important task and role at Ipswich as a rotation players with Miley, Patino in the team. And our last and final signing for season 5. We're not splashing the cash again this season. It goes to Lozano in the right wing / right mid position over the rotation of Sule, who's already there. The Mexican is a bit of a, well, a Mexican legend to some people's eyes. An unbelievable player from PSV. The age of 32, the overall of 80, could definitely do a job. Offers a little bit different, still got that rapid pace. So the number 9, I'm not sure about that one, but he can have it for now as a rotational new right mid for Ipswich. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. You're probably saying, why are you not splashing the cash too much? I don't want to get too overwhelmed with some of the Youth Academy players come back. For example, if I brought in a new centre mid of Riley, the Youth Academy player would come back, and if he's grown up massively, it's just going to clash between 3 players, and we're just going to make a very hard decision on who and who's not going to stay in the club. So for now, I'm going to give Miley one more season. One more season, like I did with Varna on the left mid side. He's got to prove himself because there is a Donny van der Beek on the bench. Yes, his overall is a lot less lower, but he can prove himself this season. We have seen it with some of the Youth Academy players coming into the first team and the subs and doing really well like Nichols over Miley last season. In K, Broadhead coming back from loan, Lozano, van der Beek, Slicker there, Gardner. He's gone down overall a little bit in terms as well as potential. He had the potential to be special, now it's just show great potential. So that's a bit unfortunate, he's a bit unhappy. And then Godfrey there as well. This guy, massive task ahead of him. We want to get him up a lot higher. He's only 17, he's got a lot of potential, so hopefully early in the Premier League season and some cup runs, he can really grow quite high and get up quite quick. Bit of a risk this season, but we have to take risks within Ipswich. We are still quite a new team to the Premier League, so hopefully it will be too harsh if we don't have the successful season that we really want to. The question is now though, can we do it in season 5? Let's get to the end of the season and let's find out. So here we are at the end of the season. We just beat Aston Villa, our arch rivals, in any other review, but really beating 3-1. 2 against Coventry. Probably should have picked up the result there. Nottingham Forest, we beat them. West Ham, beat them as well. And Manchester City. And it looks like we are going to a back-to-back FA Cup final. But this time, Arsenal are definitely a bit more of a challenging side than West Ham from last season. It's looking good. It's looking really good. Top left-hand corner is looking very promising as well. But where have we come in the league? And we have come third. Very close to coming second. So there's us saying we need Europa League football. We've got Champions League football instead. I mean, to be fair, I'm not too sure how we're going to do well in the Champions League next season, but I reckon we're doing all right. If we beat Manchester City here, it's looking, well, it already is a good season, but we can actually get second. And it's a 2-2 with Werner and Sule getting the goals of Haaland there. We was able to pick up a point, but let's have a look at the final table. But we have got an FA Cup final. I mean, the way we've been playing this season, it seems, I'm quite confident we could beat Arsenal, to be fair. But it's second versus third. Manchester City pick up the title. I mean, Liverpool and Spurs are an absolute stinker there. Coventry, Fulham and Brighton heading all the way back down. But let's just sim quickly on the calendar all the way to this Arsenal FA Cup final. So I just realised that I've absolutely just repeated FA Cup final like twice there. Bit of a tongue twister there with Arsenal and the FA Cup. I had a bit of a shocker there, ladies and gentlemen. But hopefully we can get the result here. Can we finally pick up a bit of silver here? There's our team. Pedri, Sambi and Odegaard. What a midfield that is. Can we do it though? Can we finally get a bit of silver with Ipswich and Kieran McKenna? Here we go. And we do! Victor Rogue and also Warner there right at the end. And we finally secure a bit of silverware. And it's took us pretty much 5 seasons to do it. But we have won the FA Cup now. And now you know what's going to happen now, don't you, ladies and gents? Next season, they're going to be saying we want you to go on to win it. But what a season. It's safe to say we're definitely not getting sacked next season. The team is looking silly. But as you can see, with Miley still not growing up at all. So maybe we need to say goodbye to him. But look at our goalkeeper. He's gone up a massive amount. I mean, the gamble paid off. And well, I didn't expect it to be this well, to be honest. But let's have a look at the stats this season. Big George, Rogue as well, pretty much average stats. Warner, Sule, they're the 4 you expect to really do. Nketiah, I mean, he did a right 6-6 this time. Miley, Patino, Van der Beek was actually, I mean, look at the stats compared to these of Van der Beek. He plays so many less games than did Bez. I don't know what's going on with that centre mid row, but I mean, he is growing up high though, Patino, so that's a good news for us. Got some players here. We'll have a look at the actual academy players because they'll be making a massive impact. Got this Martinelli as well. That's gone by +5. If any players want to leave out, he will potentially come into the team, which is very nice to see. Got Bianco as well. We've got this Maya here, gone by +3. Broadhead still. This guy potentially be special. Definitely going to be the main keeper now. And should know there. I don't know how to pronounce that name. I would say they're absolute ball of a goalkeeper. Oh, look at his stats this season. I mean, he only kept 8 clean sheets, but for a guy of that overall, I don't think that's that bad, to be honest. Let's continue on with the stats here with the youth academy players. Let's have a little go. Anyone growing up massively? Let's have Nicole's as well, 77 now. We've got Parsons now, definitely going to be the starting centre back now with Greaves next season. He has been an absolute brick wall for Spurs. I've seen that. Reggie Parsons getting back into this team at 100%. Well, let's say NK will be joining okay, that's a bit of a strange one. Borussia Dortmund. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect him to actually go there, but considering the amount of game times he is, I can see why. But I think it might be a loan, to be fair. So I don't think it's that bad. So he will be coming back, which is good to see. Davis, again, I mean, he's gone massively. This guy's really just turned a new leaf and just turned to be absolutely a baller. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I apologise if I'm kind of straight on my words, ladies and gentlemen. I have got a bit of a cold, so I do apologise on that one right there. But what a season. What a season indeed. How did we get on with the Carabao Cup as well? Champions League for next game, I can't believe it. Man United versus Fulham. Fair play to Fulham to get there. How did we go? We got knocked out by Liverpool. Other than that, it's been fantastic. Champions League, who's in the final for that one? Napoli and Manchester City. City going for the double right there. Fair play to them there. But what a season. What a season season 5 has been. What a season 6 got installed for us with Ipswich. And I'll tell you now what is going to be installed into season 6 with us being in the Champions League now, and pretty much you could say maybe contested for the Premier League now. Once again, we need to step this team up to another level. I'm talking about making some mega signings to the team and actually taking some sacrifices and getting rid of some individuals. Starting off with one individual who's been here since day one, And that, of course, is Greaves. He has gone to Lise right there for 32 million. I think that's a decent bit of profit right there. We've also loaned out a couple of players, and Bianco's actually gone to Leicester as well. Potentially be special. However, I did make a bit of an error. I wanted to loan him out. There was 2 offers there, but I accidentally got accepted for money to Leicester. So, hey, wish him all the best. He probably wouldn't have made it into the team anyway, considering we're in Season 6 now. But our budget is a whopping 210 million, and our objectives for this season is quite big. Youth development right here, you can see it's already been ticked off. I'll get to that in a minute. Brand exposure, signed 2 players of the same nationality as the club, so 2 Englishmen right there, so we could definitely look into that. Reach the semi-finals, and this is what I was talking about, that we need to step this team again to another level. We need to try and get this because it's a medium priority. And now domestic success, they want us to finish in the Champions League spot again, and also retain the FA Cup like we did against Liverpool when we beat them last season. Financially, signing 3 crucial players as well, so that kind of ties in with the brand exposure, and also going for a bit more of a higher level in the Champions League at semi-finals. So we definitely need to do that right there. Now, looking at the team on paper right now, you're probably thinking of a couple of spots that needs to be changed. Parson here's coming to the team now. Unbelievable. At the age of 20, 81, and 5-star weak foot is looking very good. Davis, I'm tempted to drop him into the substitution role and maybe get a new fullback, because as you can see with Bruno, I'm going to convert him to a left back because he has got 5-star weak spot, and I feel like in terms of the right backs this game, there's a lot more better options in that department, and I think would look quite nice in the team. And one person as well is Miley. He accepted a new contract on a rotational, to be fair, so he knows he's not really performed that well, so maybe a brand new centre mid and DM to kind of have a look through that. Then Nichols is getting converted into a centre mid, ladies and gentlemen. It literally took him about 10 weeks now, so he'll be in rotation with Van der Beek and some of the other individuals like Miley when he does get dropped to the bench. But that's, like I said, we need to sign some big players now. We need to really show the Premier League that, look, we're here to stay, and actually this time maybe go for the Premier League. So our first signing goes to a rotational striker, because obviously Nketiah has been loaned out to Dortmund for a year, and we need someone there. So I went back to the Championship, where a team has been relegated in Fulham, and it is Dominic Solanke. Probably thinking, well, he doesn't actually play in real life, but he has been transferred to Fulham in this career mode. Coming in at the overall of 80, overall at the age of 30, the English striker is coming into the team, which also ticks off our objective in the brand exposure as well. 19 million, don't think that's that bad for a rotational striker in Dominic Solanke. And now it's time to get serious, and this is a serious player indeed. Declan Rice is coming to Ipswich. You're probably thinking, well, why would Arsenal sell someone to Ipswich who's going to be right this season? He actually isn't at Arsenal. He's at Bayer Leverkusen in this career mode, so they might have had a bit of a falling out here, but I want to bring him back to Ipswich. I want him in Ipswich, and that's why he's going to come into this team here today. A lot of experience, former captains, you know, England nationality star, plays for the World Cup team. He's got a lot of experience, and we need that in that midfield. Think he'd be a quality signing for us. Declan Rice, welcome for Ipswich for 85 million. And our last signing of this season, ladies and gents, goes to Rico Lewis in the right back row. Not at Manchester City, so kind of the same situation with Declan Rice in the Arsenal. He's not actually at Manchester City, he's at Real Sociedad, and I'm thinking he deserves to be at a better team than Real Sociedad. I mean, no offense right there. The age of 23, he's English as well, so it helps with the objective. Overall of 85, and this is why I was on about changing Bruno into the left back row, because that 5-star weak foot, and putting this guy as our new number right back right here. He could be an absolute star for us. Incredible talent in real life. Rico Lewis, the new number 4 for Ipswich, our last signing of this season with Kieran McKenna. So here you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Here is the team for this season right here. It is going to be absolutely ridiculous indeed. As you can see, we have changed formation a little bit to a deeper one, so Declan Rice is in the actual DM row. Patino has been pushed back into the center row, so Declan Rice is just a little bit behind him, which I think has worked well because Patino is very good right there. 2 former Arsenal players right there, really. The team's looking ridiculous. Rico Lewis in the right back row though. Shallow the new captain now, because I can see Davis has dropped down to substitution on the bench. Parsons, the academy player, Bruno, the academy player, and Schuster in goal there, academy player as well. A lot of academy players, which is nice to see. I'm actually tempted to keep the codes in the DM role now, because also with Rice being more of a DM now, it gives a rotation with them too, with Marley and Patino. Solanke as well is looking like a well-balanced team. With Broadhead still here in the actual rotation of Warner and Sule on the wings. It's looking very good indeed. We've got a nice comfortable budget of 27 million remaining. The question is though, I mean, can we get our first trophy right here? Let's just quickly get into this now, and let's have a little gander and see if we can actually win this first trophy against Manchester City. Are we going to get set up really nicely? Chalobah lift the trophy. We just missed out with Jack Grealish getting the goal there. Really strong with speaking today, so I do apologise. But he gets the goal there, and they go on to win it with actual first game against Manchester City in the league. Hopefully we can do well there. Let's see how we get on this season. Kieran McKenna. So I do believe we're near the end of the simulation, just beating West Ham. We have got Real Madrid though. We do beat Real Madrid 2-1, which is mad in the Champions League. Bournemouth 4-0. Can we keep it up? We do. We absolutely batter Real Madrid. We actually beat Brighton as well, which I presume is the FA Cup. Man United away, we're honestly dominating here. Absolute domination. Dortmund, they beat us though. Got to bring back in the home league. Can we do it? And they don't. They knock us out. But I think we've hit our objective. We always get to the semis. And I think, to be honest, we're absolutely dominating the Premier League. The amount of wins we've just seen there. And it looks like we've got a back-to-back Arsenal final right there. But how we got on the league? Have we done it? I reckon we might have done it, you know. Look at that team. Look at that team. It is absolutely silly. And we've absolutely smashed the Premier League. I mean, with this team here, I'm not surprised. 95, 92, 90s. I mean, it's an unbelievable team that's turned out to be. And you can see why we've done probably well in the Champions League. But let's get this last game out of the way against Forest right here. Quick sim this one right here. And we do with Sule, Rogue, and George again to go. The three main men in this team pretty much, with Warner as well, just missing out on getting a goal. But there it is. We have got it at Wembley again against Arsenal. Let's simulate right to that. And then let's see if we can do Arsenal again and get back-to-back FA Cup titles. Could be a bit of a mad one right here, but hopefully we do get it done here today and come out victorious here today. Can we beat Arsenal? Got to be French in this surely right here. And we do with Sule and George getting the goals right again. I mean, they're just unstoppable. I mean, Sule as well. I can't wait to see his stats. Let's see, he's been absolutely battering. As you can see, back-to-back FA Cup title winners right there against Arsenal as well. Once again, still missing out on trophies, it seems like. But there it is, the Premier League. So that is 2. Have we done the Community Shield though against City? No, they beat us on that one. But the Carabao Cup here, have we done that one? And we did, so there is going to be a treble. Finally, the Carabao Cup, a new trophy with the Premier League. So we have done a treble. But we missed out on the Champions League. It's going to be Leipzig versus Borussia Dortmund. We did really well though, especially knocking out Real Madrid with the likes of Mbappe, Jude Bellingham. I mean, that is really impressive. Inter right there. I mean, we did well in the group stage as well. Unbelievable. It's safe to say maybe then season 7 could be the final season with this team and the way it's going as well. Rico Lewis just gone by +1 as well, which is nice to see. Who's going to be outstanding players of the season though? And it goes to George, Rowe, Sule. I mean, it's the same for it, but this guy always gets to go 95 overall at the age of 22. The new Mbappe, I'm going to call him. Solanke seems like he's done okay as well, coming in rotation, gone up by +1. Parsons gone up by low, Chalobah as well, Declan Rice, Bruno as well going up. So I can go Rico Lewis with 6 assists, he's had a decent one. Nicole's gone up as well as a kind of rotational player now, I'd like to say, in this team. Nketiah didn't play at all, but he will be coming back, to be fair. A lot of these players, I mean, they're not doing too bad, like Jackson Barnes as well, they'll be coming in as well within the team. Other than that though, it is very good indeed. Godfrey as well, and our goalkeeper here. I mean, we took the risk on him and he has grown up massively within these seasons. We could be looking at maybe like an 85, 86 goalkeeper near the end of season 7 when we get into it right there. But what an incredible season it has been as well for season 6. 3 trophies down, a treble secure for Kieran McKenna and myself as assistant manager. This team's going far. The question is though, can we get it done in season 7? So here we have it then into season 7. Is this going to be the season where we get this Kieran McKenna and myself rebuild wrapped up? Coming off from last season, winning the FA Cup, winning the Carabao Cup, and of course winning the Premier League. Looking at the team now though, as we can see, it is looking very deadly. I don't think, to be honest, we really need to make any signings. I mean, everyone's proving themselves, even people like Bronihan, who's been here from the beginning. Coming off the substitution, looking like not too bad in terms of stats. Nketiah coming back. Maya, I mean, the academy players and all that is looking very good indeed, especially with the budget of pretty much 206 million. I mean, like I said, we don't really need to spend it, to be fair. We've been absolutely brilliant, and I'm confident now because we got quite close in the Champions League. We can actually get it done. They want us to retain it in the Premier League and the FA Cup, and the same with the Champions League. Now they want to actually go on to win the Champions League, and I agree with them. It is a immediate priority. But surely we get it done now. Brian Spurgeon get a streak of 5 games with at least 1 goal scored in one match this season. They actually want to sign 3 players born in Europe, so maybe we do sign some players with the 205 million this season. Youth development long term, I reckon we can get it done in this season, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm not too worried in the critical price, especially if we got to sign 3 players born in Europe. We could actually get some decent players for the substitution with that budget. So I feel like, to be fair, that is what we're going to do, and then pretty much simulate to the end of the season, and then fingers crossed, hopefully retain all the trophies and maybe go one step over and finally get to the Champions League final. So the new signing comes in a rotational row over the wings we got already, and a bit of a step up than Broadhead, and that is a player called Jack Clark, originally from Sunderland but has gone to Torino in this career mode at the age of 20, at the overall of 83. We paid a whopping 40 million for this guy. Obviously was very important for him in Torino. Don't really know too much about him in real life, I do apologise on that one, but I looked at the overall, he's an English player. We're an English club, bring him back to England, but as a rotation row underneath Kieran McKenna and myself, so welcome, Jack Clark. However, our next signing out of the 3, this is our second one, and it actually goes to Joe Gomez. He's actually at Wolves in this career mode. He's at the age of 32, and his contract expires in pretty much 10 months' time. So we got him quite cheap here for 20 million in the overall of 83 at the age of 32. He could play right back, left back, centre back. He's done it for Liverpool many years. Not a bad centre back indeed, and I think for a rotational, Joe Gomez would actually suit it perfectly for this team on the bench, coming on when our main players are a bit tired. So welcome, Joe Gomez. And our last and final signing of this season, and potentially the whole real itself, goes to the goalkeeper position in James Trafford. Not a bad keeper indeed. Decent, little bit more overall in the terms of the substitution if our main keeper Schuster gets a little bit injured or anything happens to him. Overall of 83, we paid a whopping 35 million for him at the age of 26. Actually at Atletico Club in this career mode, so no more Burnley. We actually new number 1? Don't think so. We're going to change the kit number there, but he is our new rotational goalkeeper. And so here is the final team for season 7. Could this be it, ladies and gentlemen? Can we submit to the end of the season and get this job done? As you can see in the substitution bench now, pretty much everyone is over the overall of 80, especially Nicole's here, who's going to have a massive season, I feel like, coming off from the bench. So Lanky had a good one. We've even got a really good reserve as well in Ketty, Van der Beek, Broadhead, Godfrey still, Gordo, Humphreys, Barnes, Martinelli there. Myler, the backup keeper. We've got a solid team, especially with the starting level. I mean, 95 George here up top is going to dominate as per usual. It'll be interesting to see how they do this season. We was able to, as well, to hire just more coach staffs as well, so it should be even more dominant now. We've completely maxed that out. It should be anyway, if not, we'll hire more. As you can see, staff capacity is at 15, oppositions is at 0. Can we do it? There's nothing else to go for now. Our budget's looking good. We've offered new contracts, still got 81 million to play with. Let's see if we can get the job done at the end of the season. So here we are to the end of the season, and it's not looking good. We keep dropping down the top left corner. However, we just beaten Real Madrid, so I think we are in a Champions League final. We are getting there. Brighton, have we not done really well in the league? We're literally near getting sacked. So I'm not confident, but let's see what happens. Is it just one of them weird things where you haven't hit a simple objective? And we have won the league. Even if we lose this game, we win on goal difference. So I don't know what's going on here in terms of the overall, but let's get past this game. A lot of growth in team. Actually, the goalkeeper hasn't really grown up at all, which is a bit strange. But here we have it then. Brighton actually beats, but it doesn't matter. We win on goal difference, regardless of what the City result is, which they did win. We've won the league, so I don't understand. And let's say we've got Juventus in the Champions League final, but I'm trying to think what happened. Did we win the Community Shield at the start? Did we win that? We did, so that's 2 trophies down. FA Cup, this is probably where it's gone downhill, and yes, this is where we probably have gone downhill in terms of this. We had a shocker, yeah. Where did we get knocked out here then? We got knocked out by Aston Villa 4-3, to be fair. Carabao Cup as well. We won that one, so I don't know what's going on here in terms of the objective. Let's have a little look here. Maybe there's something here that, yeah, we've done that. I'm so confused. I'm so confused right here. Haven't got a clue, but if we win the Champions League, maybe that will save my job. I'm not sure. Maybe they just had enough of me and they want to change. Oh, but we've got a player of the season here. Surely this goes to one of my individual players, because I don't think we get this cutscene now. Surely it's going to be George. Surely. And it isn't. It's Vitor Roque. He actually had the better season this season. We're going to skip it for now because we also want to get to the Champions League final at the San Siro. What a stadium to have it as well on the 8th of June 2030. I did predict it. I did feel like, and to be fair, thank God, because we could get sacked regardless after this game, which is very strange because we have pretty much done a treble already with the Community Shield, Carabao Cup and the Premier League. So we're all for a quadruple here, which I really don't understand indeed. But looking at a team, Carlos Jorge, Odegaard, a very brilliant midfield to be fair. New sign Douglas Luiz, Martin, Rossi, some actual youth academy players in there. Ruben Diaz at the back, Tell. Good players, Capello Jr. in defence. But looking at our team, it is looking very deadly indeed. It is looking very good. Parsons a 91 centre-back now. Maybe that's surprised the goalkeeper's not gone up high, but maybe the new signing in Trafford's kind of lowered that in terms of rotation. Maybe he should be a bit like an 89 by now. Bruno Lewis is looking good. Surely 94. George gone up again to a 96 now. Vitor Rogue is looking deadly. Surely we're going to be favourites here. Let's get into it and see if we can complete this challenge today. So here we have it then. We finally get to see this mega Ipswich team from making their debut after 22 years to the Premier League to getting relegated after getting into it again. We brought it back all the way from the Championship to this incredible team, which pretty much nearly every player is nearly the overall of 90 plus in the starting 11. Let's see how we get on here today against the mighty Juve. Let's then back into Martins. Douglas Luiz, who is actually, I think, for the first time ever in any transfers, actually transferred to the same club his girlfriend has gone. And Alicia, I don't know what her last name is, but they've both gone to Juventus from the Aston Villa team. So, fair play, someone new there, but interesting stat. I mean, probably no one gives a shit, but it game's the game. With Declan Rice on the ball here, in the middle. Gives it to Werner outside, back in the middle now with Declan Rice. Gives it into Patino. There's a ball through the gap there to Vitor Rose, the player of the season. But Castello Jr. interrupts him, but Patino there does well. Werner. Oh no, sorry, has a bit of a heavy touch. 200 career wins. They can make it 201 with the biggest trophy of them all and end this rearward here today. We've won all the mega trophies, but this is the last one to tick off to complete the rearward. Chalobah does well as the captain. Plays it into the mighty Sule. This is the player we want to use though in George. Can he play it into Vitor Roux? He can. Down past and player of the season. Good shot by Rossi there with a good save. He looks really small in goal. He looks absolutely tiny, which is good for us. We can probably finesse it into Tottenham concorders and maybe dip it over him, but do not underestimate the academy player. But he looks tiny. He reminds me of that, I believe, Mexican goalkeeper team that no one uses. It's tiny, the hero card. Can't remember his name on the top of my head. Good boy wide there. Good boy into Bruno. Oh, wide. Oh, it's gone a bit too far though, unfortunately. Patino has gone back to him though. Gives it to Patino. Goes for the shot now. Good save from Rossi. Unbelievable save there. Cabrasso and Castello Jr. Into Weah. And to Castello Jr. Ipswich looking like the more dominant team so far. Martins. Into Castello Jr. Juventus been a bit timid, to be fair, not really committed forward, trying to just keep this ball against this very high pressed quality side of Ipswich. Goes out wide again. Bruno is there, originally a centre back, but now converted to a full back. Winning from Parsons there, one of the academy players coming out on loans, left, right, and centre. Now makes it to the first team. Warner there, looking for an overlapping run. He does get it back. George is making a run. Can we dip it into him? George has done well, but Martins has done well as well to just kind of just push off probably the best player in world football in this career, and 96 overall. Got to keep him quiet this game. But they have done, to be fair, Juventus. I've got to say, it's been very stalemated 0-0 so far, but we have had chances against a very small goalkeeper. Martin Odegaard goes out wide now too. Cabrasso hit. Number 27 does well. Bounces past on this left wing. Go for the back post. Oh, off the post there. Don't know what happened there. And that will probably be the highlight for Juventus' half in the first half here. Other than that, it has been all Ipswich, but in terms of possession, Juventus are holding on to it quite comfortably through that midfield and are quite timid until that moment there where it does hit the post/crossbar, but goalless going into the second half. Right now into the second half, no changes from Ipswich and Kieran McKenna this time. I feel like the team's okay, we just got to be a bit more direct through the middle, especially getting this man on the ball and number 10 in George. He needs to be on the ball as the best player in the world of football. A bit more. Put inside there too, Declan Rice. Back into George, can go for the first time shot here. And does drag it out wide, but it is a chance at goal in the 50th minute. And he's getting more on the ball, which is a lot better. Kyle George is going off for Mikel Moreno there. Alright, that should take off a striker for a midfielder, I do believe. Juventus cooking up some weird tactics, it seems. Rossi there with a kick up, but should be our ball with Chalobah, the captain. Warner on the ball. Good switch out right. Lewis. And Chalobah. Taking her time, being more patient here. Bruno on the ball. Bruno looking to cut inside, but Valverde there, the experienced man from Real Madrid, does well. Still, again, quiet. Patino does well though. George is making the run over the top, but do see it on the right hand side. Can we get it back inside of him? It could have been a foul there, but actually does not go for a foul. Still a bit quiet this final. Douglas Luiz. Chalobah does well. Obviously, we do remember he was a former kind of DM in a way, going into the centre-back row, so he does know how to intercept the ball quite comfortably. He's had a decent game so far. Saying that, he does get beaten there. And recovers well. Well done. The age of 30, the overall 88, really does put in a shift in at the moment. Odegaard. I think it's Rico Lewis. Back post, but Chalobah's there again. And a good quick one into George there. George looking to turn and twist. Tries to bounce pass through the middle in that little gap there, but still can't get through. Moreno. Douglas Luiz again. We cannot really open up this team. But this looks like something that could open up now, though. George could be through. Good LBY over the top. Is onside, but the touch has kind of let him down. Warnock can see it, but Victor Road. Good pass inside. Can we get one more over the side? We should have gone for the shots. Why did I not shoot? Passing has gone well. We just went for too much there. Silly. Very silly by myself. Declan Rice making the run from the middle. Good ball on the top to Declan Rice. But the pass from Declan Rice is very poor. I think it's time for some subs. So I'm going to make 2 changes, ladies and gentlemen, and you will see him on the screen now. Dominic Solanke comes on for Vitor Rowe. Yes, he's had a good season, but he hasn't really gone much in the second half. And Nichols comes on for Declan Rice. And we all know what Nichols can do on the pitch. Solanke does well. Can we get the pass in there to Patino? One more there to Soule. He gets in. Finally, a goal opens up for Ipswich. It's in the Champions League final. And the Argentine gets the goal.
Sensational.
It's a fantastic finish. A cut inside. And it's an easy finish indeed. Just slots it past Rossi. He's quite small, but still. Good composed finish. So number 77 there. Getting the goal. We love to see it. Number 7 scores in the 77th minute. We love to see it there. But can we finish it off now? Can we get the second goal to hold this cushion? Because I feel like Juventus are going to throw everything now at our players. Oh, Odegaard. Jan Canuta there. Former Manchester City man. The coach does well. What a player. Patino trying to run down here. Plays it in. George does well. One more over the top to him. George trying to run through here. Could go for the shot over the Torreira, but not the best shot. I'm hoping he was doing it on his right foot. But it might be done. The damage might be done from Ipswich here. Just on this boring stalemate 1-0. Solanke here. Trying to do something here. Can he play through George? He has found a gap there, but it doesn't matter. But I think, ladies and gentlemen, it does not matter because I think we have won the Champions League. And we have had, it's not the best and prettiest final, bit of a boring final. But that will round up this rebuild with Kieran McKenna and Ipswich after 7 seasons from going down to the Championship after our first season as assistant manager Kieran McKenna. We got relegated, but we survived. The project was still alive. This rich club in Ipswich stayed up. And we bounced back, winning that league in the Championship and then keep going, building from the youth academy, loaning them out every season. And we saw it here. They played a massive part. Like people like Parsons, the goalkeeper, Bruno, Nichols, Warner, all coming through the ranks. And it's absolutely done us to bits. With people like George as well, the French one, who didn't have the best final today, but was involved a lot. But that man right on the screen, and surely gets us the goal. We finally worked it against a very incredible midfield defence of Juventus. But Chalobah, who did join, I do believe, on loan to Ipswich in 2019, comes to this club as the captain and gets to lift that beautiful trophy to secure this challenge to be completed, ladies and gentlemen. 7 seasons, trophies galore for Ipswich and Kieran McKenna. Let's continue on. So there it is then. We have won the Champions League. We have won the Premier League. We won the FA Community Shield. And we have won the Carabao Cup. So that is pretty much 4 trophies secured. Just missed out on the FA Cup. And it seems like we might even get sacked for next season, it seems, or the end of the season, which is beyond, I don't get it at all. But that's just the A24 for you, I suppose. But we have completed it regardless. I mean, what a way to do it, because like I said, we could potentially get sacked. Let's have a look at the outstanding players of the season. Of course, it goes to this man right here. But this man, playing less games, could actually go on to win the Ballon d'Or and Vitor Roga over George here. Yes, he didn't get as many goals, but the assists there, I mean, it kind of balances out, but he did play less games. And it looks like in the Champions League, he had a better kind of debut, getting more goals as well, so that plays a big factor. Sule, you can even argue as well, scoring in the Champions League final, 11 in the Champions League and the goals. Warner as well, Patino, Parsons going up to 91 at the age of 22 as a centre-back. Is looking very good indeed. I was actually very surprised, to be fair, that this goalkeeper didn't actually grow up to be anything magical. I mean, potentially special, but saying that, actually, going on the goalkeeper department, I don't know where our new signing Trafford's gone. He's just disappeared on the face of the earth, so maybe that's why this guy, Dominic Meyer, has gone up a little bit, and this guy there. So maybe halfway through the season, maybe it was Trafford playing, hence why this guy, because I feel like if this guy played the most stats here, because he only plays 33 games, considering some players play 60, he could have actually gone up massively to like an 89 or a 90. So if we kept playing this, I feel like he could really grow up to the high 90s, still being the potential to be special. But now let's have a look at my career stats here. Let's have biggest win, 10-1 against Luton. That's the first. Biggest loss though, 5-0 against West Ham, 358 play, 201 wins there, 64 draws, sorry, and 93 losses for myself and Kieran McKenna. It took us 7 seasons, but we got there in the end, completing and getting the biggest prize of all, the Champions League and also the Premier League. That is the final 2 days. It's been an incredible rebuild, especially with some of the academy players. We've probably one of the only few rebuilds on this channel where we've really more exploited youth academy players and actually had quite a few of them in the starting team and actually the bench as well. It's very nice to see something a bit different for the channel in terms of a rebuild that took us this long, but it has to be done with Ipswich. So if you did like this video later on and want to see more, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next rebuild. Bye.